up on this edition of the news, we are breaking the first and the only response that has come from Nirav Modi, the man who runs away with your and my money, the taxpayers' money amounting to a good 11,400 crore. And look at what he is telling the bank. He's telling the bank that the kind of money that you're quoting is unwarranted because that is not the money that is outstanding against my name. And he also, in fact, goes on to blame the bank, and he's saying that the haste with which the bank has acted is unwarranted and there is no guarantee that he will be able to tender that entire amount. The first response coming in from Nirav Modi, this happened, remember, late last night, is when we got you details of that letter that he shot off to the PNB bank. And details also of that letter is up on your screens now as we speak. And also, let's get in our colleague Payal tracking that for us. And you know, Payal, just going through the entire contents of this letter, I remember of another willful defaulter, that is Vijay Mallya.
Well, absolutely, Dipti. Without a doubt, not only has Nirav Modi run away from the country, but now it seems that he's brazening it out, and he's in fact using the entire narrative to his to his advantage. I mean, how can he, who is an offender, really tell the bank that too bad you did not agree to my offer? I already spoke to you on the 13th. I did tell you that we were looking to pay up, but now that you have in fact made a public issue out of it, you've gone to the media, you create a sensationalism. He also denies that the entire scam and the recovery from him is about 11,000 crores. In terms of the books of accounts that are available with the PNB, he says it's not more than 5,000 crores, and he says that you brought in a lot of bad credit to my business. My businesses are stalled. My accounts are frozen, and that's probably one of the reasons that even if you had a chance to recover the money, that chance looks very, very bleak. Now look at the kind of guts that he really has, because he knows that he is, of course, absconding right now. He knows that he is in a safe haven somewhere. He knows that the agencies are chasing him, but they've not been able to get too much of a clue about him. So thus all this rhetoric really coming out. If Nirav Modi is so serious, then he should come back to the country. He should come back and say that, here are my accounts and I do not have the money to pay up because everything is frozen. Then that's a different matter. But this is the way in which all these absconders have behaved. You rightly said, Dipti, that all the rhetoric and all the lip talk that Vijay Mallya has been doing is because he's sitting there pretty safe in UK. He knows that there is a long procedure in place to even get him back to India. So all of these serial offenders, Vijay Mallya also defaulting to the tune of 9,000 crores, brazening it out, challenging the law, challenging the legal. I mean, how dare he even speak to anyone like that? How dare Nirav Modi dare the systems and say that very bad, you can't recover the money from me anymore? All of this is really that's something which really those people who had financed him that kind of loans have to really take a serious look at it, because these are cases that are there time and again. It's not just Vijay Mallya. In the past also we've seen Lalit Modi also escape out of the country and not come back. It's been a good 7 to 8 years since he's gone, and now Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi both, in fact, brazening it out. They are, of course, absconding at this point in time. The agencies are trying to, get their whereabouts, but everybody realizes that it is a long drawn process. And here is Nirav Modi clearly stating that since you've frozen my account, since you've sort of gone to the media and tried to create a sensationalism, I don't think you have any chance to recover your money. Hopefully the agencies are taking serious cognizance of the entire issue, because the PNB certainly at this point in time cannot be blamed for bringing the facts out. The facts have been out. The people associated with it have been, in fact, booked. The whistleblowers have come out and said what they have had to say. Even those people that they duped. He talks about business. His business was purely a business of fraud. Absolutely. He has duped people. He has duped investors, and all of that. And and here he is brazening it out. Is absolutely bizarre to say that.
And even at the end of it, Payal, he's cocking a snook at the system. Almost similar, a tone and tenor was heard by Vijay Mallya, who said, even if you handcuff me, you're not getting the money back. And so is this gentleman now who's trying to tell the bank and perhaps the entire country then that, listen, don't ask me for the money because I'm not going to give you back that money because you actually damaged my reputation. RepublicWorld.com is viewers also where you can actually read firsthand their entire letter that has been put up for you. For the moment, Payal, thank you.
And on to our top story this morning. Well, Nirav Modi has finally broken his silence. He's written his first letter to PNB post the scam, in which he has not just blackmailed the bank, but rather blamed them for not being able to pay up. That's right. He goes ahead to write to the bank that PNB is responsible for the inability to clear his dues. He also states that his dues were much less than what the bank had actually claimed. Now, this letter is dated 15th February, and like we told you, this is the first letter that he's written to PNB post the scam, where he says that he actually owes less than 5,000 crore rupees to the bank. Not just this, he has also blamed the media for hyping the matter. Just to take you through the important pointers in this letter, he states that erroneously cited liability resulted in media frenzy. He blames PNB and says that they have destroyed his brand and business, and they have restricted his ability to recover, to actually pay up all the dues. Also, Nirav Modi has written in this letter that the group's liability is substantially less, and after the complaint, he now wants to take the credit for actually writing a letter to the bank in good faith. In fact, he also goes on to say that Firestar International, his company, has never been a defaulter to any bank. Well, we'll get you more details on that story. For now, let's also take a quick check of all the other stories we have been tracking here on your channel and are also making headlines across the nation. Take a look.
Railway Minister Piyush Goyal travelled in Kaveri Express from Mysuru to Bengaluru during his visit to the pole-bound state of Karnataka. The Railway Minister interacted with the passengers and took their opinion about the rail services. A day after Prime Minister Nirav Modi met Goa's Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar, BJP issued a clarification on his medical condition. Goa BJP's General Secretary said that Parrikar was undergoing treatment at Lilavati and was responding well to it, and also refuted charges that he was being rushed to America. Donald Trump Jr. said that he would be in India this week in support of the Trump Organization's 4 projects. His main focus will be selling units at Trump Tower, Delhi, which will feature 254 apartments in 247-story towers, which is set to complete in 2023. 3 railway footover bridges constructed by the military engineering group Bombay Sappers at the Elphinstone Road, Curry Road and Ambivali Station will be handed over to Suburban Railways today. The Chief of Army Staff General Bipin Rawat, Union Minister Piyush Goyal will attend the inauguration. Minister Piyush Goyal travelled in Kaveri Express from Mysuru to Bengaluru during his visit to the pole-bound state of Karnataka. The Railway Minister interacted with the passengers and took their opinion about the rail services. A day after Prime Minister Nirav Modi met Goa's Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar, BJP issued a clarification on his medical condition. Goa BJP's General Secretary said that Parrikar was undergoing treatment at Lilavati and was responding well to it, and also refuted charges that he was being rushed to America. Donald Trump Jr. said that he would be in India this week in support of the Trump Organization's 4 projects. His main focus will be selling units at Trump Tower, Delhi, which will feature 254 apartments in 247-story towers, which is set to complete in 2023. 3 railway footover bridges constructed by the military engineering group Bombay Sappers at the Elphinstone Road, Curry Road and Ambivali Station will be handed over to Suburban Railways today. The Chief of Army Staff General Bipin Rawat, Union Minister Piyush Goyal will attend the inauguration.
Let's shift our focus now to get you more details on the story that Republic has been very closely tracking. Remember, a lot is happening as far as the big Nirav Gate scam goes. And at a point where you have this man sitting somewhere in Dubai, ensconced in his own luxury suit perhaps, and he's trying everyone that, listen, don't try to think that you will get your money back. A lot of insiders now are spilling the beans. And one such insider is this gentleman that you will now hear in conversation with our colleague Prema Sridevi, who at one point was literally the right-hand man of Mehul Choksi. He comes forward to tell you a lot more about this entire racket. He also tells you that there was a phase when this man was actually selling fake diamonds, the reason why he possibly could have duped a lot many people.